bit cliche, but kind of like helping people, but also I kind of like figuring out problems, and people are a challenge to be solved. When there's a health condition or you have to help figure out how to make someone optimal, then that's data, it's problem solving, and I just kind of like solving problems, and you get to kind of feel good afterwards with bringing the best out of someone, and that, you know, gives me a feel good when I go home. So look, there are a few areas of health optimization, and I think for me the two that really resonate most strongly and that I get the most joy out of helping patients with is longevity, which really is health span. You know, how do we live a long time well? I love that. But the other one is cognitive performance. I really like getting the most out of people's brains, being able to perform well for whatever that means for people, whether it be that work or business or whatever it is. I love that aspect. Health optimization is pretty simple. It's about getting the most out of your life. What that means is different depending on who's answering the question. And so my job is to help you figure out how to get the most out of your life. And that's different patient by patient. So the thing that surprises people about health optimization is it's not just all about the cool stuff. It's not all red light and sauna and cryo and all those things that we love. It's the way that you live every day, and that has to be sustainable for a long time. Not just how much stuff can we get you to do now. It's layering in and stacking habits that work and will continue to work for you for a very long time. So I love data. So working with me means that we look at data, we do testing, we look at your wearables, and we try and get objective in a field that really has been quite subjective in terms of optimization for a very long time. So the tech kind of enables a whole lot of stuff, and I get pretty excited about talking about that sort of stuff with my patients. I've worked with patients for some time, and there's a plethora of stories about, you know, taking them from a health condition to flying in life and doing well. But the thing that always sort of really sticks for me is when I can see it in the data, and I can see their heart rate variability changing. I can see all of their biological markers moving in the right way, and when that marries up with their story about how much energy they've got, how well they feel, how they're achieving their goals, that's when it really hits home for me. For me, there are a couple of things that I get pretty excited about, or have been recently, in the health optimization field. The first is the advent of us being able to measure someone's epigenetics. This is amazing, and everyone's interested in, you know, what their biological age is. I love being able to view someone's pace of aging, because we can use that as a baseline and then do a bunch of optimization interventions and compare, and that can happen pretty quickly. And so epigenetics for me is like really exciting stuff. The other thing that I think is pretty amazing is the wearables. It's the tech. We can now look at your individualized data and see what's going on in your body in real time. And we've just never been able to do this before. And it really helps make decision making better, being data led. We're in the age of personalized medicine now, and it's exciting, but it also means that there's no one size fits all protocol approach. Everyone's plan needs to be different because they're different people with different goals. So you need to understand the goals and then layer in things to help make those goals come to fruition. And that really is about making it sustainable over time, because if we're after health span, it needs to work for your life. And so it's about habit stacking, all of the basic stuff, and then doing all the cool things, the gravy on top that we know and love. Success looks different person by person because everyone's got different goals. And so success for one person is different from another. If someone's aim is to run a marathon in whatever time, then that's what success looks like for them. If someone wants to be working on their health span, it's a bit harder to to know how we're going to, whether or not we're going to be able to achieve that for a very long time. But then you can use the data. And so you can look at what's happening with their biological age. You can use epigenetics. We can monitor HRV. We can look at all of their other biological markers. And that is success. From my side, from their side, it's about energy and their ability to live life well without being encumbered by the body and being able to get the most out of their life.